Good evening and welcome back to the Hot Corner. My name is Mike and we're going to do another Clearing the Bases episode. And this is actually episode number 19. In these episodes we talk about the recent in-person signings that I've gone to. So here we go. First off, I'm going to show you. Some people have been asking, where's your beer, Mike? Well, tonight we're drinking another half Imperial IPA called Juiced. And this broccoli is juiced. So, cheers, my friends. The Phillies are starting back up on Friday, so. Ooh, that's a 10%er. All right. First thing I want to show you guys, I went to my local card shop's podcast, This Fan's View, and they had former Penn State football player and running back Blair Thomas. And Blair was the second overall pick in the 1990 draft by the New York Jets. Number one was Jeff George by the Atlanta Falcons. And I got Blair to sign this photo. In action, he's wearing number 32. First time a Jet wore that number since Boozer. And he signed that in gold. Can't really see it, but came out pretty good. I also got Mr. Blair Thomas to sign this Penn State action shot. He actually won the national title in 1986 with Penn State. And he signed that in blue ink right there, so very cool, Mr. Blair Thomas. And he actually signed this score card. The class of 1990, Blair Thomas. So, very happy to add that to the collection. Just found out tonight he's going to be a guest on August 24th, so I'm going to buy some more cards from eBay, and we'll go from there. Second show I went to was a baseball show, and it's the Bull Sessions. It's usually hosted by Greg Luzinski, but he was in St. Louis for the Phillies game, and they're on the All Star break. So they had former Phillies reliever and closer and 1996 All Star, Mr. Ricky Bottalico. So I got Mr. Bottalico to sign that Fleer Ultra rookie card for me in blue ink. I think that's a score. Ricky Bottalico card. I picked these up for like 10 cents at a local card shop or show at the mall. And then this chrome-like score card. So thank you, Mr. Bottalico. He is a post-game analyst for the Phillies, currently on Comcast Philly. And the guest of the show was former Phillies bat boy, player, assistant GM, Ruben Amaro. He was also a coach for the Red Sox and the Mets. And I got him to sign this 1993 postcard for when he played for the Phillies. It's actually a 1997 one. So very happy to add Mr. Ruben Amaro on that. And then I found a couple cards. So he signed this 92, the rookies card. And I believe that's a 92 Fleer. So very happy to add Mr. Ruben Amaro. Then last night in my hometown of Havertown, the Flyers had a carnival winter or summer caravan and met former Flyers enforcer Todd "The Fridge" Fedork. He signed my 8x10 in black ink. I had a blue marker for them all to sign, but Brad Marsh was holding on to it, so they had black pens and they just signed away, which I don't really mind because it shows up pretty good on the ice. So at least he signed it in a good spot. So thank you, Mr. Todd Fedork. I was able to add former Flyers alternate captain Terry Cartner. He was a defenseman, so he also signed in black ink. Mr. Cartner a couple times, but very happy to add that photo to the collection. And then he also signed this 90s Upper Deck card in black ink. So thank you, Mr. Cartner. Then I was able to get Mr. Brad Marsh, and he's actually a maple leaf in this photo or card, also from Upper Deck. He was notorious for not wearing a helmet. He was one of the last guys to not wear a helmet. He was a great defenseman. I think he was a one-time All Star. But he is the actual ambassador for the Flyers alumni, so he heads up all the appearances by the alumni. So thank you, Mr. Marsh. Then I was able to add Jimmy Watson. That's his brother Joe, so hopefully I'll see him sometime in the fall and I can finish off this photo. I've gotten this photo before, but it's kind of cool to have signed, two-time Stanley Cup champions. So thank you, Jimmy Watson. And then I also had Mr. Watson sign this photo right there, but I didn't edit it very well. He kind of got cut off. And then Bob the Hound Kelly also signed it. And then I'm going to meet Bill Barber in about 3 weeks, so I'll get him to sign it, and then I'll wait for a Bob Clark private signing, and we'll finish off that photo. And that'll be the third time I finish off that photo. I'll probably give one of those away. And then finally, tonight I went to my local card shop's podcast again, and I answered a trivia question right, and I won this 8x10 of Lenny Dykstra from the World Series. So that's a pretty cool photo to add to the collection. Question was, who was the pitcher that recorded the last out for the Phillies when they clinched the National League East in 1993? And it was pitcher Don Paul, who's a great TTMer. I just remember that vividly because they hit the ball right back to him, and he didn't really know what to do because he just became part of the team, and he flipped it to Krug, and Krug just embraced him. But it's an iconic moment in my mind in Phillies history because it was the first time the Phillies made the playoffs. And then tonight was Chris Wheeler, and he's an announcer, former announcer for the Phillies. He actually was an announcer for 42 years. He wrote a book called View from the Booth. And I picked this up on eBay for like $4. Hardback. Can't beat it. And I asked him a lot of questions during the live show, and I'll put that link down below if you want to check it out. But he wrote, Mike, best wishes to a great Phillies fan. You really know your stuff. Chris Wheeler, Wheels, and then he put the date. So can't wait to read this book. It's forwarded by Tim McCarver. And then the last thing I got signed was this postcard that I purchased on eBay, and that's former Phillies broadcasters Whitey, Richie Ashburn, Andy Musser, the late great Harry Callis, and then Chris Wheeler. Chris Wheeler is the only one that's still alive. But this is who I listened to growing up as a kid, and I thanked him for it. I told him, when they were on the West Coast, I used to listen to them when I had to go to bed on my transistor radio, and it would put me to sleep. So many great memories. All right, guys, that wraps up this edition of the Hot Corner. Leave me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know which one was your favorite. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And as always on the Hot Corner, I am out of here. Cheers, guys.
Out of here!